everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to the very first episode of Ebb and Flow with your host, Shannon.
William.
And it's Shannon and William.
Okay, Shannon and William.
Lovely.
You keep doing this French stuff. This is like take two, and she keeps doing this French thing.
Well, because it's French-Scottish. Lovely.
We're not French-Scottish.
Well, it has to, it's a SpongeBob indication.
Yeah, okay.
Lovely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, SpongeBob.
That's what we're just doing.
That's what we're doing?
Yep, that's what we're doing.
Okay, I guess that's what we're doing, apparently.
Well, welcome everyone to the very first episode. We feel that it's best to go ahead and just start off our podcast with something that is a foundational message, which I think the best way to start it off is Relationships 101. Yes, so Will and I have been really talking about how to really even start our podcast and really what Ebb and Flow is all about.
Yeah.
You know, Ebb and Flow is based truthfully on our relationship because we really do ebb and flow with one another. Yeah. Our communication styles, who we are as individuals. Mm-hmm. We are literally yin and yang. That is who we are.
Yeah, we are.
And I feel that it is just so amazing to have the opportunity to be able to bring this to all of you, and I'm sure Will can definitely attest to the same thing.
Yeah, this has been something that's been a long wait for us, and just really wanting to get this out. We've been wanting to get this out for some years now, and
it's been some time.
It's been some time. We've had a little journey getting here, you know, and it's nice to be able to be here to talk about the things that we also too learned in this journey and just getting to this point here, you know?
Absolutely. And we've definitely gone through some titles before we got to Ebb and Flow. When we first got together, we had some really crazy titles. I think the craziest one was Apples in Sauce.
Oh, when we first started, we weren't even talking yet. We were friends at that point.
No, we were dating.
We were
dating. We were on our first hike together, taking me to Panther Creek Falls. We were trying to go to Panther Creek.
That was Stone Mountain.
That wasn't Stone Mountain. No, Stone Mountain. No, that was Panther.
See, here we go.
Here we go. This is exactly what we're talking about. So you need to remember what dates you went on. But it's listen, we've been on a lot of dates and we've gone through a lot of different things. Okay.
Yeah, you
but exactly what we're talking about. Uh-huh. It's a matter of ebbing and flowing. It's a matter of being able to communicate. It's a matter of being able to talk. And it's a matter of being real and raw. And that's what we want to bring to you on our podcast, on our show. We want real, raw content that is showing our personalities, as well as being able to also help all of you navigate through relationships and how relationships should be.
Absolutely.
So I think the best thing to just do is getting into it. Yeah. What Relationships 101 really is. Mm-hmm. I mean, for me, it's a foundation and it's a basis. Yeah. It's not just the foundation and basis of what the current relationship you're in, but definitely the precursor relationships as to where you were prior. Yeah. It's understanding that your traumas, your abuses, your things that make you tick, your triggers, those are all what come into the foundation of a relationship 101 for a relationship that you're trying to be in or you're aspiring to be in. Yeah. It really sets a foundation as to who you are and who you are to become in that relationship.
Absolutely. You know, I've always been a firm believer of, you know, if you don't know what you want, you definitely know what you don't want. Mm-hmm. And it's definitely one of those where when you're going through those experience really is a teacher a lot of times. And, you know, it's one where you go through the things you go through. You learn also, too, what it is that really makes you you and what you want in your life.
True.
You know, and so it all boils down to whenever you start getting some intent going in there. You know, and when it comes to intent, it's like, you know, what do you want? Are you going in there just because you just want to date and just see the world with everybody? Or do you want to, you know, start a legacy? And it's definitely one of those that, I see her face.
We're back to this legacy.
Oh, yeah, we're back to this legacy.
We're back to this legacy.
Yeah, this is the real this is the real deal recording now.
Yes,
so it's no more takes. It's just time to take.
We're...
So yeah, it's just one of those things.
we're back to the legacy. Okay,
and we're back. Yeah, it's definitely one where you start to understand your intent and what you want in a relationship, and so you go through something enough. Yeah, you're gonna go ahead and get what it is you truly need. You know, and so I guess maybe we should start speaking about intent as being the first subject. Yeah, during this episode.
Absolutely. I mean, intentionality is something that I think is not looked at in the same way that it used to be. Mm-hmm. You know, when it comes to love, it's a matter of, I'm so sorry, guys. He keeps on motioning me something.
She is not good with hand signs. So but what I'm trying to tell her is just to speak a little louder because I'm looking at the audio and it's like a little line going as she's talking.
I think it's just a matter, too, of placement as to how I am. He is definitely more upright and I'm definitely more relaxed, just trying to just get into my groove. But as far as intentionality, I think that when it comes to intentionality, people today are not as eager to be intent. Yeah. People nowadays just want to get to a place where we're just getting to the bread and butter of things. Yeah. You're just wanting everything, kind of like a little kid at a candy store. You're just like, okay, give this to me now, and I don't have to work for it. Mm-hmm. This is wonderful. Mm-hmm. I can just consume all I want, and I'll be good. Yeah. However, like a little kid at a candy store, let a little kid go ahead and eat a bunch of candy. Yeah. It's going to rot their teeth, but before it even rots their teeth, they're going to feel every ramification of what they did in consuming that candy. Mm-hmm. And it's not going to make them feel good. No. And I think the same thing goes with intentionality. If you go ahead and say, hey, you know what? I have no intent in loving this person. I'm going to do this. And let's be completely transparent and honest. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go ahead and cheat on this person, even though I have this person right here. Yeah. But my intent is to, well, tell them I love them and have my cake and eat it too. But I want this. Yeah. If that is your intent, then you are going to get the ramifications of it. Yes, and truthfully, it is not going to feel good because it's going to hurt you. Yep. It's going to hurt your significant other. Sure. It's going to hurt other people around you. Mm-hmm. It's going to make things feel really odd. Yeah. And I think today people don't understand the intentionality of loving someone. Yeah. And we'll definitely talk about that. Just touch on that today with abuse and trauma. Yeah. But definitely down the line, we'll definitely talk about intentionality of loving someone who has maybe been through traumatic experiences. And everyone, I promise you, we can definitely attest to that.
Oh, we got some lessons for you. Yes. Mm-hmm. It's definitely one where you have to go into a relationship with intent because if you don't, you're literally just going to be walking in the wilderness. I'm going to be honest. You are going to a destination that you don't even know of, and you don't even know why you're going there. You start losing your purpose in what it is that you truly want to do in your life, and so you aimlessly wander, and now you're aimlessly wandering with this person and this person and this person. And let's just be honest, especially if in this day and age, if you're not waiting till marriage, I'm just going to be honest here, then you're getting this soul tie, absolutely, this soul tie. So now you're walking with somebody, but then you have ghosts behind you, following you on where you're going and why you're doing it. So you start getting confused, and you don't go with intent. You go with no goal. And that's something that I just truly feel, because you have to at least have some goal in mind in order to truly be successful in any sort of relationship.
I think that also goes with any sort of thing in life.
Oh, absolutely translates to that.
If you have no intentionality of becoming successful, and again, everyone's success looks different.
Yes, it does.
Some people's success looks like attaining the position of a CEO, while somebody else's success might just being a first-time mom with their husband. Yes. The point of intentionality is striving to a goal that you want to attain for a bigger and better purpose. It's understanding who you are as a person. It's understanding what your boundaries are, which we will touch on those, because I'm going to say it for both. I'm going to speak on behalf of the women first.
Yeah, by all means.
Ladies,
go ahead.
You all need boundaries. Don't just let a man just go ahead and talk to you any old way.
Yeah.
Don't let a man catcall.
Yeah.
I really one day, and thankfully I'm out of my petty stage. But before, when I was in my petty stage, all I wanted to do was catcall at a man and just be like, let me let you see how it feels.
Yeah.
But truthfully, don't also just let a man in. And I know it's so easy to do because especially when a man has hurt you or a man has broken your heart. And I can only speak on behalf of women how that feeling is. Do not just let your fleshly desires consume you to getting a temporary high. That is the honest to God truth. And I have been there, ladies, to where it's so satisfying. It really is. It's satisfying because what you want is you want that love and you want that temporary hold for something that was maybe, in my case, I didn't have as a child growing up from a father figure. Yeah. Or maybe you had that years down the line and then your father passed away. However it was in your life that made you feel like you had a temporary hold in your life, don't let that be your intentionality in also basing your foundation of a new relationship and of a healthy relationship. And I think today, with lack of boundaries and understanding what that intentionality truly looks like today in today's day and age, where social media is a big thing, we slide in the DMs and we're trying to, let's be honest, just get to what we need to get to in order to feel whatever we're chasing, because we don't even know what we're chasing, because the world doesn't have intentionality today. And the intentionality should be love. But love comes with intentionality, and love comes with a job. It's like coming home, especially if you're married. When you're married, you are coming home to your second job.
Yes, you are.
I don't care anybody who says, "Oh my gosh, it's just signing a piece of paper."
Yes, you are.
Man, that's a very expensive piece of paper that I have to sign. Because when I know that I am accepting a job offer, I know usually that comes with, okay, I have responsibilities. And a person to love and to nurture and to mold, especially, again, ladies, I am going to speak to you. Nurture your man. Don't tear into your man. And I promise you, I have been there to where I have said certain things out of joking and started realizing, wait a second, hold on. This is hurting him more than helping him. Nurture your man. Love on your man. Adore your man. So that he also can do the same for you. It's not a give and take, but you want to make sure that that intentionality is there to understand who you are just as much as he understands who he is.
Yes. And just like, I love the way you said an interview.
Yes.
You know, when you're settled in knowing what it is you want, that interview is detrimental. It is. It's something that you have to have. And what it does is those boundaries, they do tie into that. Excuse me. Yeah, they do tie into that, because you have to have your boundaries set. Brothers, I'm going to talk to you right now. When you start wanting to settle down in your life, or even if, let's just say, for instance, you want to date and you just want to learn what it is you want, you have to have some boundaries set, right? You got to have some boundaries set. You have to have some healthy boundaries set. It's not stonewalling. It's not sitting here saying, oh, you know what? I don't have emotions. I'm tough. It's none of that. What it is, though, is understanding what it is you truly need in your life and what you're not going to allow anybody else to take from you. Okay?
That's good. That's real.
You go through life, and we as men are taught that we have to be these strong guys, these tough guys. You know, you see the ones that are like bodybuilders and they're like pulling planes and stuff like that. We look at all these examples of what a quote unquote man is, but a man honestly is in tune with his mind and his heart and his spirit. All three. You have to be in tune with all three, because if you're out of sync with just one, brothers, you're gonna hurt this woman. You're gonna hurt this woman. And you hear, okay, well, a woman turned me out to be a bad guy. How do you think the woman became a bad girl? She got with a bad guy first. That bad guy went and I mean dragged her.
Mm.
If you don't want the cycle to repeat, you have to go ahead and change that. You have to go ahead and start changing who you are first beforehand. And some of you might have seen me comment on things online when it came to relationships. I've been doing a whole lot of relationship plunging lately, just trying to understand things, even for myself, even more so on how to treat my wife. You have to start understanding. You have to heal yourself first. Mm-hmm. So that way you can be that leader. Okay? And that's going to be a whole other thing that I'm going to talk about in a few. But you have to have that interview. You have to have that. So that way you go about things in the right way. You know what the person wants. Mm-hmm. And then from there, you're able to go hand in hand with that person and be able to grow. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with doing that. A lot of us want to start flying blind because we get scared. And when that fear starts creeping in, that's when you start doing things that aren't even yourself anymore. And you have to be able to face your fears, face yourself, and then be able to go ahead and do that if you want to truly be in a relationship. Don't string somebody along.
I completely agree. Yeah. Sometimes it's a matter of just letting someone go. You know, I've been in a relationship prior to meeting you that you knew about.
Yes.
And it was a long relationship.
Yes, it was.
It was about 5 years long. Mm-hmm. And that relationship really did a lot of damage to me because I was definitely stringed along. Yeah. And in being stringed along like a puppet because the person did not want to go ahead and let me go, it made it very difficult for me to finally say, I need to know my worth. Yeah. I need to put up these boundaries. And I need to really reformulate a foundation of what a basic healthy relationship really needs to look like. Yes. Because that relationship was very unhealthy. And I was basing my relationship that I had because I had quote unquote tenure in that relationship and having that unfortunate communication in an unhealthy way, it really was a precursor to my relationships 101 as upon to meeting you. You know, and understanding, okay, this is what I knew to be that quote unquote good woman or that good wife. And it was not. It was a very toxic relationship that I was very subservient, found myself being very subservient. And when I found my voice, I didn't understand that truthfully, on a biblical level, you have to understand that the wife is supposed to be submissive. And men, I want to talk to you for a moment.
Yeah, go ahead.
The wife is supposed to be submissive, but men are also supposed to be submissive to their wives.
Yes.
Okay? So it's vice versa. Yes. Okay? This is a give and take. Again, ebb and flow. This is not one-sided. This is not, okay, let me go ahead and the woman submits to me. Yeah. Well, how is a woman supposed to submit to you if you're not going to submit to her? Yep. And I had to understand that while that submission was healthy, there has to be a healthy submission for a man to also humbly submit himself to a woman and understand, wait a second, hold on. I have a job to do. And that was something that I had to unlearn from the woman who I was for those 5 years to understand the woman who I was becoming in a healthy relationship with you because I didn't have all that toxicity and abuse. I didn't have somebody telling me that, well, you're strong. So you be the man. You got this. You got this because you got this under control. I had to learn my healthy role as the natural order of a woman and understanding that while there is strength, there's also beauty in that strength of understanding the resilience that a woman has just as much as understanding the resilience of what a man has and how to also cater to that man so that that man doesn't invert the order of a healthy family dynamic.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I came up, let's speak about family dynamics for a minute when it comes to relationships here. I came from a family where I watched a lot of strong women.
Mm-hmm.
And so not having my father in my life as a child, I definitely watched women essentially be the men.
Mm-hmm.
I watched women go about things that a man should take care of, that a man should do. And whenever you don't allow that to truly take place where the man becomes the leader, it's definitely one where and you're hearing me struggle a little bit because if you're not on YouTube right now seeing what's going on, the screen to the laptop went blank and I'm over here like, oh man, like
you just want to make sure that the audio is actually there.
This is take 2. Yes. I mean, we'll take 3 now, but no. But whenever it comes down to that, you have to be able to go into your proper roles. And so when I was first starting off with you, I didn't know what it meant to be a strong man, a true strong man.
Correct.
You know, I knew what it meant to be a tough guy. I knew what it meant to try to act macho and say you got this and got that. I knew how to have material things and whatnot and be like, oh, this equates me to who I am as a man. It does not. It doesn't. What it ends up doing is it subdues really who you are as that man until you let go of all that other stuff. And you say, okay, here I am as that man. What am I lacking? We men we don't even want to be vulnerable, to anybody. I'm going to be honest, because it makes us look like we're weak in our minds.
Yeah.
So we hold everything in. But when we truly let go and we become vulnerable and we look at who we are, that's when we're able to actually grow. And that's when we're able to be better men. So that way we can be better husbands. That way we can be better fathers, you know, and really be able to, as they would say, get on the good foot, and take hold of your responsibility. I am going to use me as an example. I tried to step in my wife's life when we were dating in a way where I thought I had it together. Y'all, let me tell you something. I did not have nothing. I didn't have anything. She was literally trying to tell me what it was she was going through, why she was going through it, and then how to be able to aid her and be able to get past it. And what I took inside myself was, you know what? She's hurt. She's a damsel in distress. Let me go ahead and rescue her. That rescuing turned into, honestly, me putting her down. I'm gonna be very real with you all. It became me putting her down and me not being able to be the man I was supposed to be for her in her life in the very beginning, because she needed somebody to be there for her, not somebody to lift her up out of what she was going through when she already knew how to get up out of it. We have to put the egos aside, guys. We gotta do that, so that way we can truly help our women. If we truly love them, we're going to see the things in us that we need to change. And that's going to be one of the biggest things. Your ego. You.
I think it's interesting that you say about the ego, because, you know, I think about what you were talking about as the pseudo-man syndrome. It really is something that, you know, I can understand, not as a man, but understanding from the outside looking in of having a lot of guys who I grew up with, and I in some way understand, because unfortunately I didn't grow up as a stereotypical woman. I grew up almost like a pseudo man without being a man, because I had to take on the positioning of a man without being a man. And one thing that I noticed about a lot of you men is that, one, the reason why the vulnerability is not there is because there's no space for it. And the sad part about it is there's a different space when it comes to women, that, oh, women are overly emotional and they're just crazy. And especially when it's that time of the month, they're just nuts. And I have met many, and I mean many a men who I sometimes wonder, what time of the month are you on? Because y'all are crazy, and I don't know what the heck is going on with your entire existence, but you got to reel it back in.
Yeah.
But there's no space to be emotional. There's no space for you men to be vulnerable. And so this pseudo man syndrome, which I've gotten the opportunity to see being in the fitness industry, where you see the big buff guys who, man, I got everything. You got nothing. I promise you, because in multiple, and I mean multiple ways. Yeah. And so, it's that is the honest to God truth. And so it's so sad because they have these huge inflated egos. Yeah. But when you talk to them, you realize that the little boy inside them is still crying out. And all you're trying to do is comfort them, especially being a woman who understands, wait a second, hold on. I want to get to the basis of really where you are. I'm not trying to look at your exterior. I'm looking at your interior. Yeah. Your interior is that you're not alpha. Yeah. Shoot, you're not even beta. Yeah. You're zeta. That's real. You have fallen so low. That's real. And you need a woman to pick you back up. You need a woman outside of your mother to understand, wait, hold on, I see you. Yes. But I also hear you. Yes. And I think it's very important that, we as women also to understand our roles as women. Understanding that the nurturing side. I remember people would tell me all the time that I don't have any tears that I cry. And I would tell them, you'd be very surprised. Right. I am a very hard exterior person on myself. Yes. Because that's how I had to grow up. Yes. But with other people, if you get to know me, I'm actually very kind and sweet. Yes. And I don't mind saying it. Yeah. It's just a matter of I can have an intimidating personality because I have a very dominating personality. Oh yeah, absolutely. You gotta come correct. I do, that's just it.
You have to come correct.
I don't care about your nonsense. Right. But if you want to come and talk to me about something that's bothering you or pestering you, I want to hear it. Yeah. Because somebody does care. Yeah. Somebody does intentionally love and care for you. And I think that pseudo man syndrome is so prevalent because the world talks about a real man means that he has money. A real man means that he has the right job. A real man means that his woman doesn't have to work and she just has to kick her feet up and do nothing. And all she has to do is just sit there and look pretty. And then when Papa comes home, it's time to go. It's time to go. And, there are things of that nature where people need to understand. Yeah. Everybody has a different role in which they play, but you need to know your role by knowing yourself. Yes, you do. And the first step is understanding the role of a man and a woman. And I think today we have so many things that are so skewed when it comes to that, that there's a lot of blurred lines. Yes. That's just the honest to God truth. There's just so many blurred lines. And so I'm going to say this, ladies, how is a man supposed to be a man if you're trying to go ahead and be Miss Independent 24/7 and put a man down? Oh. And fellas, how is a woman supposed to be a woman if you're constantly treating her like a dog by comparing her to other women? Yup. You have to know your place and understand the edification of the roles of a man and a woman. It's really a king and queen. It is. And I just want to touch on something you just said too. Knowing your place, and you said women with this independent woman thing. Okay, so I'm gonna touch on this, right? And I know a lot of guys try not to touch on this in front of a woman. This is my wife. So I'm gonna touch on this. I'm gonna speak to all of you on this. So he can touch on whatever.
I got it. Yeah. So the thing is this, right? Ladies, whenever you are doing this independent thing. I should say it like that. I was going to say something else. This independent thing. We are on radio. We are on radio. We're live, we're live. But no, when you're trying to do this independent thing, what it does for us men, we are natural solvers, right? We have to have something to solve. We have to have a solution. If we feel that we're useless and that we can't do anything to aid you with a solution, we feel like we can't do anything for you. It's almost like, why are we here? Why are we here? But I have to also speak to the men on here as well with this. the reason why a lot of these women have this independent mind, this complex that they have, is because you're not stepping up as men, though, to show them that you got their backs. Mm-hmm. In some way, shape, or form, that independent woman has been let down by a man at some point. Mm-hmm. And what it's done is it's caused her to turn their backs on us. To be able to say, my king, can you please come and help me? And what we end up doing is we just stand there on the sidelines. So my thing to you is this. If you have a woman that is literally telling you, I can do it by myself, I don't need any help. Mm-hmm. How about you show her that no matter what, you about to help her? Mm-hmm. Actually help her, though. I'm not talking about sit here, take the reins and be like, I control you. No. Actually help her with what it is she needs in her life. Provide. If you can't provide with the job because times are tough right now, let's be honest. This is real life. Mm-hmm. Times are tough. Some of you might be in college. Some of you just might have lost your job. Mm-hmm. And she might be the breadwinner. Fellas, I'm going to say this right now too. Drop your ego. There's nothing wrong if a woman wants to help you. There's nothing wrong. I always said it before. I'll say it again. Behind every strong man is a stronger what? Woman. Absolutely. So you have to go ahead and show the woman that she doesn't have to be independent. It's true. It doesn't mean that she has to be dependent upon you, but it does mean that you have to show her that you are her partner. Mm-hmm. Because when you get to marriage, I don't care what anybody tells you. It is not the same. You have to be their partner.
For life.
For life. All right? For life. I know people say, I could just divorce this person. I'm a say this to you. There was somebody I had seen, shout out to this person, but he had a stand-up act and he was talking about to have and to hold. Okay? We oftentimes forget to have and to hold. That is part of the vows that you take when you are getting married. To have and to hold is such a tremendous thing. He has a grandmother that he was taking care of, and her washing machine broke. She said, come over here. My washing machine broke. He said, okay. So he didn't want to fix it. He wanted to go to the store and just get a brand new one. And he called her up and said, hey, Grandma, what color is the washing machine? Is it silver? Is it white? Is it black? She said, it's brown. Now, we all know that there are no more brown washing machines like that. It's an old school washing machine. He said, when was this washing machine made? She said, back in the 70s. Your grandfather would always fix it when it broke. In these relationships, you have to understand it. You just don't toss somebody away. Go ahead and fix it. Band with your person and fix it. We just get this whole mindset of just toss it. Just toss it.
And I think the biggest thing is when it comes to tossing somebody else away. Yeah. You know, I remember in my very first relationship that he had told me that I prayed for you. But he had also told me that he was going to marry another woman. Oh my. And that it's been a good run. Wow. In that conversation that we were having, though, I will never forget it. He had told me that I was cursed and that he was blessed. Ooh. Wow. But the biggest thing that I remember, and I mean, I've spoken to you about this time after time again, of how I now have a different perspective of what that means now being a married woman. I remember I told him at that time that he was saying that he prayed for me. I had told him, when you pray for someone and you discard them, it's like slapping God in the face.
Yes, it is.
Because you prayed for that person and now you no longer have that person. Yeah. You don't hold on to that person. You mistreated that person. I'm going to say this, whether you're religious or not, you can look at it however you want to look at it. People call it karma. Yeah. People call it just serendipity. Yeah. Yeah. What goes around comes right back around.
Yes, it does.
And it is so important that if you're making that decision to have that person, just like you said, hold on to that person. Yes. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that if someone's cheating on you, stay with that person, or if someone is abusing you and hitting you.
No.
Those are just red flags. Leave the person.
You gotta go.
Or if you feel that God is honestly telling you, hey, you know what? Let me work my relationship out because of whatever reason that this person had an epiphany and God also changed them just as much as he's changing you, then by all means, because we're going to say this, we're not God.
No.
We are not God. We cannot tell you how to go ahead and view your life.
It's true.
However, when you make the choice, like you said, to have and to hold on to that person. Look at that person as a precious gem. And I'll say this, and I know we're getting to that place of concluding.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I thought about one day was where I was working. I would hear often some of the people speak about their spouses and speak about their spouses in a very frivolous way or speak about their significant others in a very frivolous way. And I would think several times about myself and think, man, my husband's getting on my everlasting nerves, especially when we would be going through certain things. And I would have to be driving home and thinking, man, I gotta go home to this man. Like, dang, I can't just go home to myself. And all I want to do is just go home, shoot the breeze, not have to hear him, and know that he is going to come with this cheesy smile, just wanting to grab me like and kiss me.
Like a golden retriever.
And all I want to do is just be like, Lord, I just want to kick my shoes off and relax. But then one day I had to really think about it. Shannon, how were you when you were single? How were you when you were broken? What kind of blessing is it to come home to a man who loves you, who appreciates you, who sets goals with you, who provides for you, who tells you his shortcomings when he is coming up short, who tells you your shortcomings when you're coming up short, who is just honest with you, to have that companionship with you. And I have to remind myself that while I want to sometimes be in my own space of saying, okay, let me retreat inward because of the traumas that had happened in my life, I have to remind myself sometimes in order to go ahead and move forward, you got to get uncomfortable with understanding the uncomfortable.
You know, that's something that you just brought up just now that made me kind of go like, there's my light bulb moment. Get used to communicating. All right? Get used to communicating. Communication is literally half the battle. When you stop communicating, you decide, oh, you know what? I'm tired of arguing. I had this thing in our relationship in the very beginning where I would get tired of arguing. And so I would essentially stonewall. I would hold everything in, right? And she would ask me, what's wrong? Nothing. You sure? Yeah. You avoid a situation is you avoiding the healing. You're avoiding the progression. You're avoiding the direction. You're avoiding every last thing because what? You want perfection? Because you don't want a quote-unquote headache anymore? Let me tell you something. That communication that you have with your spouse is going to be your Tylenol, because then 30 years down the line, whenever you see Sally Sue and Joe Schmo over here divorcing, they're divorcing because of stuff that you actually spoke about years ago. And you healed from it. You grew from it. You understood, oh, okay, my spouse does not like this, so I'm going to take away option A that infuriates them or is a trigger for them. All right? And I'm going to put in option B that is a good thing. And then from there, you're able to go ahead and grow.
And I think it's very true, you know, as far as eliminating the little spats. Those are something that I remember hearing people who have been married for 30, 40 years, that It's the little spats that sometimes can cause people to divorce. Yeah. And marriage is a full-time job.
Yes,
relationships are a full-time job.
Yes, it is.
I mean, platonic relationships are full-time jobs,
yes,
let alone a romantic relationship being a full-time job. And I think it is very true that communication is key. Yeah. I have a tendency of over-communicating.
Me under.
So, yes. Yeah. I'm definitely more literal.
Yeah.
And matter of fact. But I feel, again, that's where we do ebb and flow with one another.
Yes, we do.
And get to that place where we have to understand one another. Yeah. I will definitely say, when it comes to understanding your person, understanding is so key. It's understanding that two worlds are coming together that have come from just that, two separate worlds. Yeah. That you have to also be patient and give each other space and grace to make errors and mistakes. And understanding, okay, in those errors and those mistakes, that this is where we are. Yeah. This is who we are. This is where we're going. And we're going to grow together.
Yes, we are.
And you have to also put some intentionality to understand you're not leaving me.
Yeah.
You have to understand that there is a fight.
Yes.
That is there. Yes. And that fight that is there is so crucial. Yeah. And I know we're getting to the conclusion.
Yeah. Oh, there's so much to talk on.
Of our first episode. Yeah. But I think we need to have a relationships 101 part 2.
I think so. I think that'd be good.
I think, there's a lot of basic foundations that we definitely can go ahead and touch upon just a little bit more. I mean, what do you think?
I think that's good. I think that works.
Yes.
I do. I think it works.
So we definitely thank you all for tuning in to the very first episode. Oh, we're breaking it in, which is always fun. Make sure if you are on YouTube that you like the video.
Hit that subscribe.
You subscribe. And just make sure that you stay tuned for more videos. Yeah. If you are on Spotify or Apple Music, make sure that you do go ahead and subscribe to our channel of Ebb and Flow. Yes. We are so excited to be doing this. Absolutely. It's been a long time coming. Yeah. We hope you all like the content. Yes. And we do have more content for you.
Yes, we do.
But if you all want us to talk about a specific topic,
let us know.
Please let us know, because we're always open.
Absolutely.
Definitely always open.
Absolutely.
So we will put the email in the description. Yes. On YouTube, and we will also put the email obviously in on our account for Spotify and for Apple Music. Yeah. But just to let you know, our email is justebbandflow@gmail.com.
There we go.
So thank you again for just tuning in, and we hope to speak to you all in the very near future. We will be dropping episodes once a week. Yes, so stay tuned for the next episode.
All right, everybody.
Peace, love, and applesauce.
See you.